I did not feel like waking up this morning. Like, I was like, Alexa, give me another 10-minute timer. Like, ended up getting it up at like 5:30. I did make it to Pilates at like 6:01, so I was late, but I was there. Um, I had to talk to myself, like, girl, forget how you feel, just go. But I went, so we proud. Today is shot day. It's Wednesday morning. I'm gonna take my shot now because I have a bad habit of forgetting. So I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna take a nap. I'm gonna eat my breakfast. Now I know my breakfast is not the best option, but it ain't the worst. Um, Isaiah had some tests today, so I promised that I would pick up some McDonald's breakfast before school. So when I left Pilates, I went to McDonald's. So I got a hash brown and a sausage egg McMuffin. I picked this up like a while ago. So I'm gonna put it in the air fryer, bake for a little bit, and warm it. Trying to get these steps. I already went to Pilates this morning, but I like to make sure I'm getting my 6K steps for this 90-day lock-in. So, knew it was gonna rain. That's why I went on the treadmill, because it started pouring. Editor's cut. It is crazy right now as I'm sitting here editing this vlog, and so much has changed. I remember this day. Like, I'm so happy I vlogged. I was so stressed out, There was so many uncertainties. I was actually sitting right here applying to jobs, fixing my resume, because I've been working at my job for 6 years, but a lot was going on and it was time for me to transition. And, I had a mortgage to pay, I got responsibilities, I have a son, and I was so frustrated I ended up going to, on a solo date to I Smash just to get all this frustration out and to see how things have changed and where I am today. Pick up the camera and record. So that box is pretty heavy. I was able to put some things like inside of this plastic, so I condensed them. What I'm gonna do is pull up to the front of I Smash, drop my box in the front, and then park my car. Because I'm not carrying all that crap. Let's go. About to break some shit. I'm so excited. I thought it was a great experience. Customer service was great. They had a 40% off sale for Easter weekend. Felt like a workout though, like with everything in my hand, but yo, I needed that. Whew. I try to do a solo date once a month. I really needed that. It was everything I needed. I walked out burning calories and just letting all of that frustration that was inside. Sometimes you need to break some shit. And then I went and had a drink. I had some food. I had a good time. Like, I be out by myself just having a good time. I know some people don't like to go to the bar or go out to eat by themselves. I can go to a concert. I can go on a vacation. I just like, just being with my thoughts and doing whatever I want to do. I love going out with my girls, but I definitely enjoy having my solo time. And I think it's important whether you're in a relationship, if you're single, if you're married, do something. Even if it's going to the park for 30 minutes and just sitting down and enjoying your time together, do something where you just spend time with yourself. And for me, solo dates is about being intentional. I plan these dates in advance. I prepare as if I was going on a real date. Like, why will you do all this work to go on a date with someone else, but you're not going to do it to go on a date with yourself? That doesn't make sense. This was actually a new restaurant I never been to. I would go back, but I'm not like rushing to go back. I'm not gonna lie, these sardines have had me on a chokehold since I tried them. That's my new thing in 2026. High in protein and making it a sardine platter. Oh my god. And I know they're already cooked. I don't need to do all this, but I'm gonna do it every time because it just tastes good. I like how it tastes. Now, y'all not getting no clips, but I was in New York and New Jersey for the second weekend of April. I had a little reunion with my friends from elementary school. It's been a while since the Ellery Queens got together, and I still got my steps. Water and food intake, that was another story, but I did go to the gym one of the days that I was there. It is shot day, and it's not just shot day. So today is April 15th, tax day. If you haven't done your taxes, make sure you got them in. It's probably too late now because it's like 9:15. But I am increasing my dosage. I'm going to 16.6 milligrams, and I am taking it with the L-carnitine. I'll put it on the screen because I'm probably saying it wrong, but I was doing it with B12 before and B6, and now I'm going to be going with a different one. Now, first I'll say this is the smallest vial that I have seen since I started my journey. Y'all see this? So that's a little weird. That's not weird, but odd. Well, we're going to open it nonetheless, just like that. And my hands is a little ashy because my eczema is serious right now. If I have lotion here, I'm going to put it on. If not, you know what? I'm just going to put some Vaseline because that's all I got here. And I don't want to be editing and just thinking about how ashy my hands are. Oh, God. My eczema is actually on my finger. I gotta put some medicine so it don't start spreading. Okay. And yeah, okay. Now it comes with the little needles, some alcohol pads. Okay. First things first, we gonna clean this. A little tiny little thing. And it's going to tell you on your prescription, because everyone's different, this contains 200 units, and I'm supposed to be taking 50 units, which is 16.6. With my last prescription, 50 units was 15 milligrams. So it really depends on your prescription. I always, ooh, okay, well, we won't be using that one. I think my hands are slippery. Okay. Comes with extra needles, so that's okay. I have 3 more needles in here. So, it's okay. Alright. So we're going to do that again. Pull some air. 50 units. So putting air in it, I just bring it back to the number of units I need. And then I stick it in. Push the air in there, and then I start pulling back what I need. All right, we got 50 units. Okay, we're gonna get another alcohol pad. We're gonna be doing it on the left belly this week. Okay. I'm a little nervous, it being a new dosage. I'm going like where the fat is. I'm gonna go right here, kind of underneath the belly button. I can't look. All these months and I still can't look, okay? One, two, three, four, five, six. Okay. First dosage of 16.6 milligrams. Wish me luck, guys. That's how I be throwing it away. All right. Easiest way for me to get my protein is starting my day off with a smoothie. Sometimes I'm just lazy and I don't do it, but you got to get like 25 grams of protein from the yogurt and then 30 grams of protein from my protein powder. Now, if I did 2 scoops of protein powder, it would be 60 grams. That's what it says on the container, but I've never actually used 2 scoops. I feel like, I don't know how that would taste, but I keep my smoothie pretty simple with water, the protein powder, the beets, and then the fruit, and then we basically done. And it tastes so good. Like, it's actually a treat. Sometimes I'll put some spinach in there just so I can have an extra vegetable, but 90% of the time I have it just like I did today. I might switch up the type of yogurt or the type of protein powder, but the beets and the strawberries and the blueberries is a constant thing. Now we're gonna skip to like the end of April because a lot has happened. There were other solo dates where I went to a comedy show, but I actually sat with other people that came by themselves. That was a lot of fun. But the best thing that happened in April was after 6 years, I quit my job. Okay. I've been working at the same job from when I was in New York, and we all went home when everything happened with quarantine, and I never went back into the office, and I moved to Florida. So I really appreciate my job for that. But we downsized a lot, and it was becoming where I was doing like 3 other people's work. And even with the raises, it wasn't even about the money anymore. It was about like mentally, I can't handle this. Y'all see me, I was like, I smashed, just frustrated as all. But you get comfortable, you're used to something, and you make excuses and you stay longer. But I'm so grateful for the opportunity that came along. I am the head of the servicing department for a different private lender now. I started on the 27th, which was my grandma's 99th birthday. We actually had a celebration for her that Saturday. It felt like I was celebrating for my last day of work, because Friday the 24th was my last day of work. The Saturday the 25th was my grandma's birthday party. We had a DJ, we had food, drinks, we had a good time. She was so surprised, she was so happy. And then I started my new job on Monday, which was her birthday, so I felt like that was good luck. And it's just crazy to me how much has changed in just from the beginning of the month to the end of the month. And now I'm sitting here, I told y'all before, at my second week. But yes, a lot of things happened in April. I can't get them all in one video. I'm gonna do better and start posting weekly. I have more of a method to my madness. I think I was all over the place with some of my filming, just filming every day, versus I'm gonna do a lot more car talk so I can get my thoughts to you, so I'm not always doing voiceovers. But yes, that's where we are. Let me know if you guys have any questions, anything that you want to see. I have more time to really put into my content. I feel like I've been doing so many different things these past years because I always wanted something else. But I'm at a place where I'm just doing my full-time job. I might do some notary work here and there if I get a call. But my full-time job, and then creating content and just getting better, like physically, mentally. I'm going to church, volunteering, and just there's a lot of crazy things going on in this world. And I believe when your mindset is different, things happen for you. Like, I literally told my friend, I said, yo, I'm not going to stress it. I'm really going to just apply to 2 jobs a day, focus on my content, focus on my MLO, and everything will work its way out. And then the next day I get this call, and then it's like 2 days later I'm putting in my notice, and then I'm starting my job in 2 weeks. Like, a lot can change in 30 days. That's all I have to say. And I'm really grateful. Thank you guys. If you made it this long in the video, I appreciate y'all. Let me know what questions you have. If you are on a journey, let me know. I also started talking about my debt, okay? I'm going to give you guys how much money I owe in debt. If you made it to the end of this video, comment below. I have about $78,000 in debt. And I'm not even talking about a firm or student loan or my mortgage. I'm just talking about some credit cards and some, like my car note, which is going to be paid off in July, those type of things, and like little mini tabs that I have. So I am really going to focus on paying that debt down. I already paid 2 cards off in the last 7 days. I've been doing micro payments based on my engagement on TikTok. And it's just fun. And when I make extra money, I put half of, I did like a $40 notary. I put half on there. So just doing what I can, making the minimum on all my payments, and then making extra payments. And I'm documenting that. I used to help people with credit and building their credit, paying off debt, student loans. So it wasn't like I just didn't know the things. It was one of those things that sometimes even when you know, you're just not doing it. But now I feel like, nah, girl, you about to do it. But I'm going to end this with my favorite place to go and get my steps and walk around and see the beautiful Port St. Lucie, the Botanical Garden, the boardwalk. They really expanded it. And I just enjoy going outside and getting steps. Being outside makes you feel better. Walking around, especially with the water, is the way to go.